Welcome back to SportsZone. I'm your host, John Phillips, and I'm joined by Cooper Lyday and Bowey Devlin. We are talking about the Winter Olympics. You know, America has had a solid start. You know, we're in third place right now with the medal count. How do you guys feel about the Olympics so far?
I feel like they expected more. They definitely struggled, and they've done pretty good. They're in third place, slightly better than last year. However, I just feel like some disappointments, like Ilya Malinin, like just big disappointments.
That whole event was kind of a disappointment. The ice just seemed so, mushy. It was terrible.
It's like he's the quad god, you just expected. That's just kind of summarized like kind of what you expected from the U.S. this year.
Another person that we expected a little bit more out of, Chloe Kim. I mean, losing her event. I mean, 2 straight golds, going for a third, a historic gold. How do you guys feel about Chloe Kim failing on the halfpipe?
It's just the same feeling. It's like I just expected so much out of these. I was big on her, big on all these different ones. It's like just fell up short.
Yeah, even Amber Glenn. I mean, today she made a mistake in her routine and fell down to 12th place in her program. I mean, just rough stuff from a couple people. But there have been gold medals. Let's talk about the positives. Bowey, who has stood out for you as a gold medalist for the United States?
Has to be Jordan Stolz. I mean, he went on a crazy run. It's just something that, really captivates like the minds of our country and what we can show for that sport. And I just think it means like so much to just like the face of the Olympics.
2 gold medals for him. Talk about it.
Yeah, he broke records for both the 500 and 1,000 meters. First male skater, I believe, since 1980 to win a gold in both distances. It's outstanding.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
The person who stood out the most to me wasn't even a gold medalist, though. It's the Coreys in our curling team, the United States curling team. It's Corey and Corey. And they got us our first ever medal in mixed curling. I mean, whenever you can get a first in something, that's very impressive. We talked about a record, a first, it's pretty great. But we talked a little bit about how the United States has been disappointing this year. We're in third place. It's the same place as we were in Beijing. Do you guys think that we can improve with the rest of the Olympics? Do you think we can take a step up that medal table?
I believe so. I mean, still got the finals for men's and women's hockey. The women's team is on a roll right now. 4 straight shutouts. The men's team looks amazing. Hopefully going to sweep Canada in both. So I just think that, that's something else that they got to really focus on, because hockey is a main sport for the U.S. and then speed skating and men's figure skating are also pretty important too.
That's fair. I mean, do you think that they can improve?
I mean, I don't think they're going to fall back, but it's becoming a tougher and tougher hill to climb as they don't capitalize on the opportunities that they need to, and they're just kind of falling, in my opinion, too far behind Italy. And I do believe that they will beat the Netherlands and they'll separate themselves from there, but I think it's going to be a tough hill to climb if they do get second.
That's fair, and we have to talk about that field to climb. I mean, Italy is in second right now. They finished 13th in Beijing, 13th in the Beijing Olympics, and they're currently second. I mean, it is home cooking. They're in Milan. How big of a part do you think that being in Milan is playing for this Olympic national team?
I definitely think, you got to recognize their skill, the preparation. You got to admit that. However, I do think it plays a big part from going from 13th to second. You got to admit, they've been practicing on the different courses, Alpines. I definitely think it's a big factor.
That's fair. And then Bowey, number 1, Norway, a team that no one can ever catch any Olympics. It's always Norway number 1, whoever's number 2. I mean, do you think that ever we'll be able to catch Norway? Not even just this tournament, just ever in the Olympics?
It's going to take way much more effort than what we're doing right now. And even though we're putting in over 100%, Norway's still just on the top. So, I mean, it's just like, it'll eventually come and just when.
Yeah, that's fair. Cooper, why do you think that Norway has this unique advantage? Because, we see Sweden, we see Finland, they do well at these events. Switzerland even, they do well, but they aren't Norway. They aren't dominating the tables. Why do you think that they're number 1?
I don't know. I mean, you can credit to being cold in Norway, but I don't know. They've just somehow found this just since 2018, I believe. They're about to be number 1 in medals back to back to back. It's just insane how just dominant. It's not even close.
I saw a very funny thing online. I saw that apparently Norway, like the Norwegian athletes, they say maybe we should, give a couple events to the Americans, give them hockey, give them those things, and not focus on them, or else they won't compete with us because they are so dominant. What does it do for the mentality of an American team to have a team you can't catch up to? I mean, they're not catching up to Norway. How does it do their mentals?
I think it would mess up with my psyche. It's it's just something I can never reach, and it's just messing with me. However, it could also fuel them. Just saying we need to be that dream team. We need to finally get that first for the country. I think it goes into a little bit of both.
That's fair, Bowey. I mean, which direction do you lean? Do you think that the Olympic team is being motivated by this, or do you think they're kind of looking like, what's the point? Why are we even trying to compete with this dominant superpower?
I would say motivated because you know that there's so many sports that the U.S. can really capitalize on. And, you know, like you said with the Norway trying to give us trophies, like or medals, we don't get given those, we earn them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that we just get given to. It's like we go out and we get that. For hockey, that's another thing. We're going to go and get those medals. We're not going to be given those. We're going to get them.
Absolutely. We are doing what we need to do to get those medals. Not all of the medals, but enough.
Yeah.
Are there any other countries in this Olympics that are, disappointing you or overperforming like Italy?
In my opinion, I mean, to bring up that home field advantage, China, they're around like 13th, 12th place when they were third in the Beijing Olympics. And now that kind of makes you think, like, in addition to that other home field advantage, you could see it as disappointing. However, that home field advantage, just going from then now third to like 12th, like you got.
It's really interesting, Bowey, because you wouldn't think of these Winter Olympic sports like bobsled or any of these. You wouldn't think of them as the crowd impacting them that much. But as we're seeing with China, with Italy, it does. Why do you think that is? What is the crowd? How are they still being impacted so much by the crowd, even though it's not your traditional sporting event?
I mean, it's all just about mindset, and I feel like they aren't like used to the crowd noise, so it's like getting to their mental, because it's throwing them off their focus. If there was not that much crowd noise, I feel like they'd be more in sync. But the crowd noise is just kind of slightly throwing them off.
That's fair, and I think there's a couple more U.S. gold medals that we can talk about. Let's talk about, we got a bobsled medal, we got a mogul, skiing medal. How does it feel to get those medals and gold medals?
It's definitely important just to be able to be in the spot where we're at, especially after the struggling finish. However, I'm also interested in like the upcoming gold medals that we could possibly get on both hockey teams, maybe some men's snowboarding. It's just all around those.
I think we have to talk about the hockey teams because, like you said, those are our best sports. I mean, do you think that they're both getting gold?
Definitely. Go USA, always and forever. I think that even down for the men's, the goalie, it's all important, and I feel like this is the year, run it back, get 2 medals, make a statement.
That's fair. I mean, a big part of that is the inclusion of NHL players. I mean, how big has that been for the United States at this tournament?
To have the best hockey players in the country, it's definitely huge, and that's why the women's have definitely been dominating men's as well. It's impressive.
That's fair, and women's hockey is a newer, phenomenon in the United States. Do you think that having the PWSHL and those women's hockey leagues developed in America is going to make us even more dominant at women's hockey, or do you think we're already at our ceiling with, multiple shutouts in a row?
I mean, with as you said, it was newer, more and more people. I think there's an incredibly high ceiling that we've yet to reach.
Wow, I mean, do you think that in the future maybe Canada won't even be able to compete with us in women's hockey, or is that a goal too high for you?
I think we're about to own Canada again. I think they're going to be our little son.
Oh.
So hopefully that keeps up.
That's fair. Are there any other gold medalists that you're looking forward to? Any other events that you're looking forward to?
I mean, like I mentioned, I'm definitely interested in the men's snowboarding and just finishing out these men's hockey, women's. I'm definitely interested in. We'll be watching that.
That's fair. Men's snowboarding, hopefully it's a little bit better than Chloe Kim, and she still got the silver, and she lost to her mentee, which is a cool thing. You don't really get to do that, lose to someone that you mentored on the stage. How do you guys feel about that?
I think that point's definitely it's definitely bittersweet, but losing to your mentee, but
the teacher taking over, or the student taking over for the teacher, it's the classic saying. But I mean, so do you guys think the United States finishes in third? Do you think that we are stuck in our position, or do you think maybe Italy, as the tournament goes on and every team gets more used to the environment, do you think that we could perhaps catch up to them?
I think it's a little too late for that, because I believe there's only about a little less than a week left. I don't think U.S. is going to be able to do enough with how consistently good Italy has been performing.
That's fair. I mean, we're talking about reaching Italy, but we're only 1 medal ahead of the Netherlands, ahead of Switzerland. Do you think that we'll be able to keep those teams behind us, or do you think we might slide down a little bit with the rest of the tournament?
I think we'll hold strong. I mean, obviously, like I said, hockey, I think that'll help out with the 2 golds, and then you got the figure skating, speed skating still, so I think that those will be a crucial part to that race.
That's fair, Cooper. I mean, do you think any of those countries can catch up, or do you feel pretty confident about that?
I mean, I feel pretty confident. They're right there, but I feel like we can just get out of their grasp a little bit.
Especially because, like you said, we have hockey, we have speed skating, we have those events that are kind of our bread and butter, and I don't know if Netherlands has that event that they can rely on no matter what to get the win. I don't know. We'll have to see the rest of the Olympics to see if we can reach Italy or maybe fall down the medal table, but that's all the time we have for this block. Next block, we'll be talking about the NBA All-Star Weekend, so join me after these commercial breaks.